The carnival lights blazed, music blared. But something felt off, something felt wrong. 4 friends, Sarah, Jake, Emma and Tom, stood before the haunted house. It was called Dr. Dredd's Dungeon of Doom.
"Who's scared?" Tom asked, trying to sound brave. He wasn't. None of them were. But they were friends, and friends faced their fears together. They stepped inside. The air turned cold. The smell of decay filled their noses.
The first room was dark, very dark. Sarah stumbled, bumping into Jake.
"Where is everyone?" she whispered. A cold breath brushed her cheek. She spun around. A dark figure stood before her. It was tall and thin. Its eyes glowed red. Sarah screamed. The figure reached out, its hand bony and cold. Sarah turned and ran, her heart pounding. She didn't look back.
Jake entered a room filled with toys. Harmless, right? Wrong. The toys came alive. Teddy bears growled. Toy soldiers marched, aiming their tiny rifles. A grotesque clown doll cackled, its painted smile a menacing leer. Jake tripped, falling into a pile of stuffed animals. They swarmed him, their soft fur suddenly suffocating. He kicked and screamed, scrambling away. Emma found herself in a room that mirrored her childhood bedroom. It was wrong, twisted, and in the corner sat her old doll, Betsy. Betsy stared at her with lifeless, accusing eyes.
"Hello, Emma," the doll whispered, its voice raspy and cold. Emma backed away. The doll floated into the air, its eyes burning with hatred. Emma ran, the doll's laughter echoing behind her.
Graveyard of Horrors.
I entered a room that resembled a graveyard.
Fog rolled across the cold, damp ground.
Tombstones loomed, casting eerie shadows.
And then the dead rose. Skeletal hands burst from the earth.
Glowing eyes opened, staring at me with ancient hunger.
Tom stumbled back, his blood turning to ice.
I had to get out. I had to warn the others.
Section 6, a desperate escape. They met again at the exit, their faces pale with terror.
I saw a shadowy figure. It was right there.
I had to fight off these, living toys. And there was this grotesque clown.
The doll in my room, it came to life. It was horrible.
I was in a graveyard surrounded by ghostly figures. It was like my worst nightmare.
They had all faced their worst fears. Without a word, they ran. They ran out of the haunted house, out of the carnival, and into the safety of the night. Section 7, the Pact of Silence. They stopped at the edge of town, gasping for breath. They had never been so scared in their lives.
"We can never speak of this. No one would believe us."
The others nodded in agreement. They made a pact, there and then, to bury the memory of that night, to never speak of the haunted house again. Section 8, the legend spreads. But the story got out. Whispers spread through the town. Rumors of the haunted house, of the terrifying creatures that lurked within. People said the carnival vanished overnight. Some dismissed it as a hoax. Others weren't so sure. The legend of Dr. Dredd's Dungeon of Doom grew, becoming a cautionary tale whispered among the townsfolk. Section 9. The carnival returns. Years passed. The friends grew up trying to forget that night. But the memory lingered, a dark stain on their past. And then, one day, the carnival returned. It arrived without warning, setting up shop on the outskirts of town. And at its heart stood the haunted house. Dr. Dredd's Dungeon of Doom. Waiting. The friends saw the poster. They felt a chill run down their spines. Had their nightmares returned to haunt them?